Alright, let's get this on the road. Waiting for the stream to turn on. Receiving my content, it says. My audience, we're live, I think. I'm not seeing anything appear yet. Alright, okay, the sound's working. So, hey, what's up? This is Dave. This is What's Up Day for Thursday, January 18. It's about 5:50 p.m. Today has been a completely unproductive day. After talking a little bit about it, I don't like to talk too much about this kind of stuff in the chat room because I don't want to bring people down. The idea of the virtual co-working chat room is that it's a place where people can get energy from. It's not a place where people, dump their troubles, I think. Although people can talk about that in private and stuff. I think we struck a good balance. So anyway, later today at 6:25, I need to go and head out to see. I'm going to see a movie with some friends. That new Miyazaki, not Miyazaki, a director for Studio Ghibli, the guy who directed that Arrietty movie. There's a new movie coming out. Let me see if I can find it actually. I think I showed this before last time. Fathom Events. But some other things I want to talk about today are Cheddar Cheese Soup, SpaghettiOs, and Vacuum-Packed Meats. Yeah, this is the movie I'm thinking about. Mary and the Witch's Flower. So I'm going to go see this with a friend's family. They have a young daughter, so we will actually be age appropriate. So, Oscar nominee Hiromasa Yonibayashi. So, an animator Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, which are two of my favorite Ghibli movies. And The Secret Word of Arrietty, which I did not so much care for. So this is a special one-night thing. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so on the feeling unproductive today, I just woke up. For the past couple of days, I've been waking up really late, and I think it's because I didn't want to get out of bed. I couldn't really think of a reason why I wouldn't want to get out of bed. There were things to do, but I find that for me, it seems that I need to have a certain percentage of random things happening to me every day that I can look forward to. Or not even look forward to, they just need to happen to me. I don't need to have something to look forward to. In fact, if I have something to look forward to, like this movie viewing tonight, then I actually can't focus very well on other things. So there's this balance of having things interesting happen that kind of keeps my mind alive versus actually having to settle down and do things. And it's a delicate balance I'm finding. And with the cat, pooping all over the floor the past week, just he's had some sort of diarrhea attack. I'm bringing him into the vet tomorrow. But, maybe that has something to do with it. Every time coming downstairs and then seeing he's crapped all over the floor and I had to clean that up and the place smells and then it's cold outside and that has me down a little bit. Then there's the ongoing frustrations of there's just so much stuff to do and there's so little feedback at the stage of the project work I'm in right now because I'm largely doing projects that are just me providing the input into it, and it's so tiring. And I've been tired about this for a while. Oh, stupid stream needed a refresh. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, it's weird like that. The streams don't. Stream doesn't always ping live if you're there early. So, yeah. The other depressing things are on a more personal note. Yeah, I've been going through a lot of gender dysphoria lately, and I know I don't present as having gender dysphoria, but it's a constant thing that I have to kind of process every day. Figuring out what it means, figuring out what feelings are legitimate. Is there legitimacy to any of these things? And sort of balancing between acceptance of who I am versus what I want to do and who I want to become. And frankly, I find it exhausting. So I don't know. Those are things that are on my mind right now. So today, not very productive. Trying not to feel bad about it. There were things that I would have liked to have gotten done to get projects out of the way. I thought I would be in a good mood this morning to do that, but it turned out I was not. I did have to move my car early in the morning, and maybe that early morning moving the car in freezing cold maybe that had something to do with it. In any sense, I'm in maybe a sensitive mode right now. It occurred to me, like, as much as I don't like to think of myself as being a depressed person, it might be interesting to just try that on for a week. So it's like, hello, my name is Dave. I am a depressed person. You know, not in a value judgment kind of way, or not in a demeaning kind of way, but just to accept that I'm in a depressed state, and that it means that I'm not at my highest energy level, and therefore I'm not going to be at the levels of productivity that I wish I was. Now, I don't want to be in this mode, but does it really do me any good to beat myself up over it? And I only feel bad about it if I compare it to this ideal version of myself, and then the feeling of not having all this stuff that I have to do that I have committed to with other people. Maybe the worst feeling about committing to stuff with other people is not having anything come back from those other people. You made a commitment and there's no reward for it. There's no continuing interplay of ideas or conversation. There's just the work and having to do the work before something happens. So I guess I kind of feel like I'm in that mode right now. No one really to talk to about the architectural work I'm doing right now, for at least the software design side of things. The closest I can get to it is like doing it on the stream thing, where I can just like kind of, you know, pretend I'm talking to people that might be listening, or people might be listening, or they might be listening in the background and they might find some certain things interesting. But I guess there's a certain level of career/professional level development that I wish I could connect with people with. I mean, like if you're a writer, you want to talk shop with other writers, right? If you're or at least the right kind of writer, if you're a game designer, you want to play games and talk to other game designers who at least function on your wavelength. There's that kind of creative peer group maybe that I'm missing. And I've been missing this for a long time. And I know a lot of other people who have actually go through this. You know, a lot of the people I talk to online that I've known for like years. You know, they're freelancers, they're working solo, or they're working. Yeah, it's only the people who are working solo actually, who used to work in companies that are trying to have this balance between family, personal entrepreneurship, and connection with other people. If you're in a workplace, the connection you have is through the context of the work, the employer itself, I would say, and the shared projects you're working on. But as an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, you don't have that. And it takes effort to connect with people. And, you know, I guess that's something I should probably figure out. I just touched my face again, damn it. I've been trying not to touch my face because there's a theory that was suggested to me that when you touch your face, that's when you break out. And I didn't think I was touching my face, but apparently I do, a lot. Anyway, that's enough talking about, like, accepting depression. Talking through it always helps, too. I was going to talk about this can of cheddar cheese, because it's been a discussion that maybe I'm trying to keep alive in the chat room because I think it's funny. Let me go and take care of that beeping noise right now, though. So I've been thinking that maybe one reason that I was not feeling particularly productive today was maybe I haven't been eating right either. Specifically, I find that if I don't have protein in the morning, that kind of kills me for the day. I think I had a cheese sandwich this morning when I was going out and taking my metformin and other things. So eating those kind of carbs probably isn't a good idea. But let me show. I'm getting in the kitchen now. I'm getting this thing that came out of the pot and some examples of this next topic, which is the joy of vacuum-packed meat. All right, so I just broke down a big pack of chicken into individual vacuum-sealed pouches, and I feel wealthy. There's something about having like a bunch of individually sealed packages. This is like a piece of chicken breast I just poached in the bag. So I'm about to eat a little bit of that to get some protein into me. And then this is a rack of spare ribs that I've put dry rub on. It's been cut in half so it fits in this bag, and it will fit in my smoker. And I'm going to let this marinate overnight and make these tomorrow. And try to break the curse of not having fall off the bone ribs out of the smoker. I did it once, and it came out great. But it's not working anymore. I don't know what it is. I suspect it's when the meat hits about 160 degrees, it hits the, what's called the stall. I didn't think it would happen with ribs like this. But what the stall is that the rate of evaporation from the moisture in the meat exceeds the ability of the smoker to keep raising the temperature of the meat. And this is a good thing if you're slow cooking meat. However, it's a bad thing if you want to get the ribs to a certain temperature quickly without it drying out, because the ribs themselves are so flat. It'll lose a lot of moisture. This is good if you're making a pulled pork, like if you're making a pork butt, because there's a lot of mass to that, and it's not so bad. But with this, it's not really working. So what I need to do, I think, is wrap it in foil after an hour. So you let the smoke hit it for an hour, and after the smoke has stopped, pull it, wrap it in tin foil, and that will prevent the evaporation from happening and causing the temperature of this to drop. Because they've been not coming out very, it seems like it's not cooking in the middle. It's still kind of gelatinous and not very, very pleasant. Even after 4 hours in the smoker, even after 6 hours in the smoker, which is telling me something bad is happening. So if I can get this to maybe 180, 170 degrees, which is a little bit higher, I think that will get to the point when the ribs fall off the meat falls off the bone. I don't like it to fall off easily, but I want it to pull with a little tug, it comes away. It's not happening right now, so I'm not very pleased with that. So if I can master that, the cat is standing on me. And I'm trying to get up, but he's just right here. Cat, I want to get up. Cat, I want to get up. Come on. Wow, you're really good at keeping your balance. If you go shimmy like this. Oh, okay, he's gotten the idea. Shimmying works. So let me put these back. The kitchen. You know, like there's something about when I was breaking down that pack of chicken breasts into the vacuum sealed things. That felt really productive. And so something happens. Some change occurred. There was once unordered chicken breasts in the pack that would have gone bad, but now they were each granted their own individual pouch and then put in the freezer and in the refrigerator for future use. It's like I've prepared. Like I'm not sure if it really counts as adulting. I really just like using the vacuum sealer. There's something about it that I like. And I have some chicken now ready for Curry Day on Monday. January 22nd this year is National Curry Day in Japan. And so of course I'm going to eat curry. Chicken curry probably. I might make chicken cutlets and fry them. Although that makes the whole house smell like oil. So maybe I'll just make regular vegetable curry and... Yeah, I should fry them. Like I'm going to have like an open house I think that day. And see how that goes. Alright, so the last thing on my list for today's What's Up Dave is cheddar cheese soup and SpaghettiOs. And so I've assembled a tantalizing array of such goods here. So here's the cheddar cheese soup. And the reason why I'm intrigued by this is that someone in the chat was mentioning it. I think it was Strudel and Roger. They are living in British-derived, or they have British backgrounds, or British-derived backgrounds. And they had not heard of cheddar cheese soup, or they thought it was disgusting, and then Courtney was saying that it was a thing where she grew up. And for me, it wasn't a thing, but I remember having seen this stuff before. It was I think we bought a can of this once we were visiting the United States. Like between the ages of 9 and 18, my family was overseas. And then every 4 years we would come back to the States for, like reconnecting with things, for church organization related stuff, because my parents were missionary types, academics. And so one year, like we were reacquainting ourselves with the wonders of the American pantry, and saw this cheddar cheese soup, and I was going, huh, I've never seen that. So we should buy a can of this stuff and try it out. And I remember it being really, really not that good. This is condensed, really? What's the directions for this? The directions say, what are the directions? Directions. Stove, heat, stirring occasionally. So I guess you, okay, it's 1 can, it's soup plus 1 can of milk, it says. I don't have any milk, so I'll have to do something like that. Get some milk, I mean. Do something like that? What did I even try to say there? So this is I'm gonna eat this on stream sometime, just so Roger Strudel can see what this is. I was looking to see if they had other kinds of cheddar cheese soup. Like maybe there's like a whole cheese soup like scene. And are there Italian cheese soups? Are there, you know? So I was looking through the canned soup section at the supermarket, and this was the only cheese soup I saw, which made me think that this might be a kind of soup that was invented in the 50s, back when cooking from cans and stuff was like a thing. For example, my mom used to make when she was alive, all kinds of things that involved Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, and I still like it actually. You can use that to make the green bean casserole for Thanksgiving. That's got to go back to the 50s and 60s of those cookbooks, when like the newly enriched American public was out there buying up stuff, making up for the lack of goods in World War II. And American industry was a powerhouse. So we'll see what that is. And then when I was there, I also saw like a can of SpaghettiOs. And I know people hate these things. It actually says that this is a healthy kid's entree, which is kind of amazing. Pasta with meatballs made with pork, chicken, beef, and tomato sauce. I didn't realize Campbell's made this. I wonder if they acquired it at some point. But there's something about this type of mushy pasta and this Swedish tomato sauce that I like. And then just for fun, to compare it with the supermarket brand of spaghetti rings and mini meatballs, basically their version of SpaghettiOs. Good Lord, it has a half cup of vegetables somehow in it. I don't see any vegetables in that, unless they're talking about the tomato sauce. So it'd be interesting to do a side-by-side taste of these. The ingredients for this are water, tomatoes, tomato puree, water, meatballs made of pork, dark chicken, mechanically separated chicken, beef, water, cracker meal, which is made of enriched wheat flour and bleached, which is made of, has a lot of these parenthetical asides in here. So the meatballs are made of pork, dark chicken, and cracker meal, which is made of enriched wheat flour, which is made of bleached wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid. May contain squar gum, soy protein concentrate. Oh, it's like, what's the ingredient list on this? It's very comparable. Tomato puree. It's almost as if they stole the ingredient list from this. You know, Franco-American was like the original. This used to be called Franco-American SpaghettiOs, but I guess Campbell must have bought them. So, but I was going to eat those for lunch, but thought I wasn't in a good place mentally to survive it, so I decided not to. So I'm just gonna have some chicken. I need to get out of here in like 15 minutes, so I'm gonna cut the stream now. So, in summary, it's been kind of it's been a day. Not good, not bad. It didn't go as productively as I had hoped, but that was just a day, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be back on track. I'll try to just accept that this was a day like I'm not feeling very good and processing a lot of emotional, personal things. And see if I can find something to do that just gets me out of that. You know, I think being in my own head is not a good thing. Going hang out with some people tonight might be good. Although there's a little bit of side drama that might come up. I'm hoping it doesn't. nothing related to me, but you know, it's like just like there's two networks of people coming together, and like these networks of people who have not. I guess they have some prior history. So I'm gonna assume that everyone is nice, which they are. These are good people. So, but I guess I've been stressed out about it a little bit because I absorb these emotions from people. So we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna try to not think for a while, and I should be back. I don't know, later. Feed the cat. Give him his insulin. Alright, I might as well sign off. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a better Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Doink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.